Hi friends, welcome back to today's session. So friends, we have been discussing the book Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So today we have the part 4. Just a small part, let's cover that and we'll go through the meditation. So let me share the slides. So just to recap, the book we are discussing is Jonathan Livingston Seagull and the author is Richard Bach, a famous American writer and pilot also. So today we'll go through part 4 of this book. So yesterday we learned that once Jonathan, he taught his students some of few seagulls about flying and the wisdom that he understood, he decided to go back because now slowly the impact is coming. So there are other seagulls who can teach and spread his message. So he decided to go back to the higher dimensions or higher planes. So then the Fletcher, who was his best student, he took the lead, right? He becomes a leader and started teaching the same. Not only the flying techniques, but whatever the wisdom he got from Jonathan, right? Freedom, self-realization, right? Overcoming the fear. He taught all of this. In the beginning, it wasn't that easy because some of them were resisting, some of them were not yet up to that level of understanding or flying techniques. So Fletcher has to face some issues at the beginning, but slowly he was able to teach most of them who were ready to the growth and transformation. Right? He faces struggles as many seagulls resist change and cling to the old ways. Some of them were ready for the growth, but still others, they were not ready to question their belief or to change their life or the traditions they were following. So when this happened, then slowly the Fletcher, he started realizing that he cannot teach, right, by force or getting angry. Everyone learns at their own pace, so has to develop patience. By patience, only he can teach patience and love for others. Then he understood how Jonathan used to teach, then slowly he used to adapt and he used to teach in that way with love and patience to each and everyone who used to come. He embodies Jonathan's wisdom and guides students in understanding their divine nature. Right? He used to make them realize or understand their true potential, that they are beyond these limitations. Right? They are not just for survival, but they can achieve more growth and transformation. That's what the example Jonathan has left behind. Right? When he realized, when he started teaching with love and patience, then he could teach and spread this more and more. So now slowly, Jonathan's influence started growing. It was not immediate. It took some time, right? Even though the other seagulls has seen his transformation, his growth, but still many were not ready in the beginning. But now, seeing each and one by one, everyone started, coming, questioning, and they were ready to accept this change. So more seagulls start questioning their limitations, right? When we see others, we get inspired. They also started questioning and they started coming forward to learn and to experience the same. The rigid society of the folks begin to change. Now slowly the society somewhere the shift came and everyone started experiencing or started observing this change. New possibilities emerge as others seek self-discovery. Right? When everyone start looking at when they realize their own self, then the new possibilities emerge. Slowly the society will change, the circumstances, everything will shift. But we need to have that patience, right? That's what Jonathan, he taught the same to Fletcher, and now Fletcher also doing the same. waiting with patience, teaching with love, and spreading the message, not only just the flying, but how to they can think beyond. They can think beyond their limitations. And of course, the cycle of learning continues. So Fletcher and his students continue Jonathan's teaching. Right, whatever the Jonathan has taught, they started spreading the same. And now more and more seagulls started coming and learning. Enlightenment is not about realizing, it's about realizing one's inner potential. Enlightenment is not something that external achievement, but it's everything about realizing one own self, that going within. Future generations are inspired to break free from fear and embrace their true nature. Now, as these existing seagulls, they all were learning, but the later generation, the future generation, by looking at them, they are also inspired to break this fear and overcome, right, their limitations. They also got inspired from seeing each and every one. That's how the true change came. So Donatin teaching was not by force, right? He didn't teach anyone by force, but he inspired everyone. The way he lived, the way he experienced things, by his dedication, by his practice, he inspired everyone to adopt this new change. So that's how we should be, right? We should inspire others by the way we live. That's when the true change comes. Everyone says, right, when we teach, we have to be that example also. That's what he has been. So, friends, the conclusion of this chapter, of course, this book also, true teaching continues even after the teacher is gone. Right here, the teacher, more than a teacher, the wisdom is important. What the knowledge he is being shared. Then, of course, that people will remember the teacher, but more than that, the wisdom is remain forever. Real leadership comes from patience, love, and understanding. Right? Everyone, every leader, or everyone, every teacher should develop these qualities: patience, love, and understanding. Then only they can, teach or get more and more people around them. Change in society is slow but possible. Initially, everything will seem impossible, right? We think people will not change. There are a lot of, the belief systems or traditions, but somewhere one will start the change, and slowly, slowly, everyone will ultimately come into that. One person's growth can inspire many others. True success is creating a lasting impact. Learning becomes complete when it is shared. So, whatever the knowledge and wisdom we learn, it should be shared, it should be spread to each and every one. A true legacy is created when your growth continues to grow through others. Right? That's what true legacy. Whatever wisdom or whatever transformation you had, you can see, you can, others also experiencing the same wisdom, the same transformation. That's when the true legacy comes. Everyone want to spread their wisdom, the mission, or the way they lived. That's what they want to pass on to generations. And some of the points to reflect from this chapter. Am I using my knowledge to help others grow? Do I teach with patience and understanding? Sometimes it's not as easy, right? When we say something, if others are not ready, they don't understand, we get angry, we get mad. But we need to develop that patience and understanding that everyone doesn't learn at the same pace, right? Everyone has their own way of learning. So we should give them time and also be patient about it. Do I inspire others through my actions? Right? Through inspiration, only people will get connected, right? Just by seeing TV or listening something, the inspiration will not come. To some extent, it will help, but when they actually see the people, that's when, how they're living, how they're speaking, what the change happened, that's what inspires everyone. What kind of impact am I creating in others' life? Am I contributing to growth or staying in my comfort? Once I've achieved the success, am I just being it to myself or am I contributing something for others' growth? Am I helping creating a positive cycle of learning? Right? Am I helping others to learn? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Right? We can ask this question to yourself and see what you get. or you may get some idea. See, every book we are reading, there is so much of learning and inspiration, right? Some impact or some reflection we get from each and every book so that we can understand ourselves more and we can improve our own self. So, friends, I hope this was helpful. This was the last of this book, though this is a small chapter, but through Jonathan's life, we have learned so much from starting how he was very passionate about flying. He used to practice, though he got many challenges and everything. He was not yet ready, right? But slowly, even though his folks, his parents, nobody supported him, he didn't give up. He still, you know, uh, continued his practice. Though he was removed from his group, he was exiled, but he believed that whatever he was doing, that was true. And he took that as a challenge, right, for his inner growth. And he practiced more and more. Then he met Chang and many others who were from higher plane, who helped him in this journey, who motivated him. And then he learned so much from them. After getting self-realization, he came back. He thought he should spread this with other folks, right? But still he didn't got angry. He still, loved them. He forgave them, the others who didn't support them early. He thought that's okay, right? Though people misunderstand us, they do so many things, still we need to forgive. And whatever he learned, he started spreading the same, and then he left that legacy around him. Yeah, I think now you can unmute. Yes. Yes, friends. Anybody else have any questions? You can unmute yourself. If not, we can get into the meditation.
Yes, so yeah, this is very small book, but by looking into the reflections and the conclusion of the book, so all messages are very powerful. So it inspires us a lot and motivates us, to work on ourselves, right? So everyone, we are all busy with a lot of things. We don't get time to, take care even ourselves. So we learn so many things, but once we start with teaching with our kids or friends, family members, whatever we know, everyone has one skill, unique skill, right? Then try to teach that to the others. So that's what he's saying. Whatever, definitely, that is useful for other people. So So right now, like the meditation. So meditation, if you practice few days, if you get benefit, you can teach this meditation to your family member. Start with your family member, back in India or here. Once you get, see any benefits, then start with your kids or family members. Slowly, it's, definitely somebody needs it. So not only meditation, anything, any skill. But yeah, this is really a great book, very small book, but we can read multiple times so we can understand better and better. And mostly why we need to listen and read. So I read this book long back, and so I listen multiple times. So when we listen anything multiple times, it stores in our subconscious mind, right? So we try to apply or implement into our day-to-day life. So that is the main thing, because once we go to work or be with the company with friends, we forget everything. We go back to the old self or anything. So once we listen all these talks or reading books or listen audio books, so we will try to implement that. It's not easy. It's a big challenge. Implementing things are not easy. No matter how long you've been doing meditation or how long you've been listening all the spiritual talks or what we can say, these pravachanalu from different masters. When we are listening them, we feel that okay, we have to do this. But after completion of that session, we come out from that session and again we go back to our old self and go to day life. So that's what these sessions help us to try to implement. We will think that okay, we have to do this. Once you learn something, we'll try to teach immediately to your colleague or your friend or family member. And that he mentioned that the patience, right? We all lose our patience, when we talk to our kids, right? If they ask second time or third time, we lose our patience to explain anything. Sometimes we don't listen them what they're talking. So the patience is very important, everybody, because our lifestyle and being here in busy life, we lose our patience sometimes. Even while teaching, right, at work also, sometimes if our colleague or friend is asking the same thing, sometimes we lose our patience. We don't want to explain again and again. So the patience, compassion, and love, so that is very, very important. This book has clearly mentioned that. So we all try to implement. It's a long way to go, but we'll try to implement in our day-to-day life. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for explaining that. Thank you, friends. I hope this book was helpful to you all. So next week, we'll start with the other book and some other new wisdom sessions also. So let's start with the meditation today. And of course, tomorrow and day after tomorrow also we have only meditation, Friday and Saturday. So just join for the continuation of the meditation. Don't miss even a single day because we want to see the benefits as much as try to do with the group so that we have that group energy, that group consciousness will truly help us to go deeper and deeper into the meditation. So we'll start with the meditation. As usual, we'll be doing the breath mindfulness meditation. So as you see in the picture, the posture is very simple. So sit comfortably. You can sit on chair, sofa, anywhere. You can always take a back support. The more comfortable you are, the more you can sit longer and you can go deeper in the meditation. And just clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and cross your leg at ankle. And just observe your normal natural breath. Remove your specs if you're wearing, and you can darken your room. You can turn off the lights so that you have a pleasant and deeper meditation. So I'll play the music and guidance. So just follow and let's do this meditation. Dear friends, dear masters, sit comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale, just observe the breath. As you observe the breath, mind becomes empty. Be with your breath, dear friends. Let thoughts come and go. Don't get distracted by your thoughts. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Experience the calmness, emptiness, Gently bring your awareness back to the body. Feel any sensations in your body, dear friends. Recollect your experiences. What did you see or how did you feel? Now let's express gratitude. Be grateful to your parents, teachers, and mentors. Be grateful to plants, animals, Mother Nature, all the planets, the universe. Be grateful for this beautiful environment, for all the things we have. Whenever you're ready, slowly place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds and then slowly open your eyes. Thank you, friends. I hope you all had a good meditation, could feel the energies. So, friends, we'll meet you all tomorrow at the same time. As I said, tomorrow and day after, we'll have only the meditation. So please do join 9:30 p.m. Central Time for the meditation session. Thank you. Have a good day and good night, everyone.